Okay, cool. So we want to go through this. So here's the scenario, everybody. Put yourself in this made-up situation. You're on an island. You can get a text message once a day, once a week. It has no more than 3 basic KPIs in it, right? 3. You can get 3. So we talked about our number 1. Let's talk about our top 3. What 3 would those be? Write those down on your paper. What would the very top 3 most important KPIs, if you were on a stranded island, you had no idea how your operation was doing, you didn't know what was going on in your dealership, what are the 3 that you absolutely need to know daily or weekly to know the health of your business, right? To know if you're doing well, if things are okay, if you need to build yourself a raft and, get yourself off there and get home and fix things. And let's go down the list here. I'm going to ask each of our panel members, what are their top 3?
So I left off that I've only been in this industry for 15 months. And one of the things that I found most intriguing when I got here was there were so many KPIs based on who you spoke to, what their goals were for the year, for the month. It changed a lot. Right now, I would say for us, we're really focused on cash, right? So cash collected versus projected, delinquency, or account retention. Some would make, those are 2 KPIs, but one category, I guess. And then we're really tracking our recondition into frontline to get our inventory back up, to keep our accounts in check.
Okay.
So those are kind of the 3 that are in the top of our scorecard.
Okay, scorecard. It's good. We're going to talk about that.
Okay.
Okay, so you're saying your cash collected, your delinquency, one day $1, and then you said one we hadn't heard before was kind of time to line.
Yes.
Right? From the time I bought it to the time I get it out front, like the time frame it takes you to recon, or the number of units you're getting through recon? Or
the time frame, but yeah, we have a target. We have a daily target to get to the front line.
As far as the quantity?
Number of units.
Okay, yes. Number of units to the front line. Okay. So number of units through recon. Okay. That's a really good one. Joe, what do you got?
So we look at collection efficiency as well, and we feel like that delinquency and recency both feed into that. So collection efficiency. Another thing.
So let me stop you there. When you say collections efficiency, you're saying delinquency and recency. Is that a percentage or a trackable number that you're taking those 2 and collecting and making a collector efficiency? Or are you using the cash collected versus expected?
Versus expected.
Okay, so that's your collector's efficiency.
Right.
Okay, cash to cash.
Yep. The next thing we're looking at is 2 things. One is time to break even on the car. So how much time is it going to take us to break out of our car?
Okay, months to
break
even. Okay.
And then we try to dig a little bit deeper into that. We all have cars coming back, whether it's a lease return, they want to upgrade, something's wrong with the car. So I'm trying to get our staff to understand that if we bring a car back before we get to break even, how did we really do? So we call it a break even factor. So for example, if we have 10 months to break even, we get the car back in 5 months, now we have a 50% break even factor. Or if we keep the car out for 15 months, then we have a 150% break even factor. So I'm trying to get the staff to understand what it takes for the dealership to move ahead. You know what I mean? I'm trying to show my staff over and over again all these numbers so they understand what I'm preaching and where I'm trying to go with it.
Yeah, so you guys both mentioned good things. You mentioned a scorecard. You mentioned you're showing the staff over and over. We're going to get to those things because that side of it is really, really important.
If they don't know where we're going, how are we going to get there?
It's hugely important. When we're going to, John, what do you got?
We grade every one of our customers. So I look at the percentage of the A, B, C, and D and F deals that we're doing, and making sure that we're doing the right deals and putting the right stuff on the books. And then on a Monday versus a Friday delinquency, how we're improving that route. And all of our collectors have certain goals and measurables for their Monday versus their Friday. And then also the service, we've had an inventory issue just because we haven't been selling as many cars. So we worry about our 90-day average right now, like how many cars are over 90 days in our inventory, just because that just costs money.